There are all kinds of people in the world. There are people who are assertive, who can stand up for themselves, and there are people who are introverted, who are afraid to stand up for themselves or voice an opinion. There's also environmental reasons why this happens. Apparently, if you're in an area where your opinion is contrary to the populist thought, and you express your opinion, sometimes you get beat down, humiliated, mocked, shamed, and made to feel inferior. Sometimes when you're pro a thought in an area that is also pro a thought, you can freely express it, whether you have assertiveness or not. So I understand there's all kinds of people everywhere. And the internet brings everybody together. Illiterate people, unintelligent people, literate people, intelligent people. And the way you could tell the difference between the two is illiterate people want to talk about emotions and just be derogatory to anything and everything you say. They do not want to answer questions. They do not want to debate you. They do not want to look at facts. They don't even want you to talk about facts. All they want to do is shut your voice down because they are the mass of thought that your thought is in disagreement with. So they don't want to hear you. And one thing that I'm really actually starting to believe is true, they know the people that are shouting the intellectual, thoughtful people down know that they're on the wrong side of this. But they don't care. All they want is to cause as much hate and discontent in everybody else's life as they themselves are experiencing. And that's a sad, sad state of affairs, which is why the people of America elected Donald Trump. The people have elected Donald Trump to give our children and our grandchildren a better future than this. I mean, do you want your grandchildren growing up in a country like this, where people cannot even debate or discuss opposing views of anything? Where everything is so divisive, black, white, red, yellow. You know what? If you don't agree with me, I'll kill you, fellow. Seriously? The hate is pronounced by the Democrats. The hate is encouraged by the Democrats. And they do it for one reason and one reason only. They do it to gain and maintain power and control over you. I'm sorry you can't think for yourself. I'm sorry that you cannot discuss or even attempt to say that I'm wrong. Please, talk to me. Tell me I'm wrong. Explain to me why I'm wrong. Or explain to me why my train of thought is not like your train of thought. Maybe you'll swing me to be believing as you do. But instead of encouraging that healthy environment where we can discuss and debate and come to conclusions and resolutions, we just are bombarded by hate, division, discontent, everything from Eric Holder, Barack Obama, Michelle Obama, the dudes, you know, you cite one or two cases, okay? How many cases can we cite? This morning or today, a truck was burnt, torched, because it just had a sticker on it that said Trump 2020. Really? So, you know, the senator that was shot playing baseball was shot and almost killed. Really? What about that a woman or guy that was pulled out of his car in Chicago, and his car was eventually stolen after they beat the guy because he had a Trump 2016 sticker on his vehicle? You know, I watch CNN. I really do. I do watch some CNN programs just so I can get a feel for what's happening on the other side. And I have yet to see them talk about anything positive. They have been against the American people since we elected Trump. The only people that they seem to be for are the people that pay them a check. A clue, Sherlock. The American people voted Trump in office. And if you continue to go after Trump, you're basically telling the American people that you don't care for us either. But we're in this country. We're part of this country. We have the fabric of generations that have made this country. And to go against the people of the country is to incite revolt, which of course you're doing obviously with the shooting of a senator and beating and torching of vehicles. People who support a thoughtful idea of they don't want this country for their grandchildren. They want something better. They want something like what we used to have. Civility, unity. There are people who say Q is a LARP, a falsehood, whatever. But then in my mind I have to wonder, why are you spending so much time trashing Q, the QAnons, and the Q people, which is all of us? But why, if this is not a threat, why do you spend so much energy to cast doubt upon it? Kind of like, the Bible, right? For people who hate the Bible so much and hate Christians so much and hate unity and civility so much, they go against everybody that read it, believed it, can quote any scripture. The world has turned around. Evil is present and persistent in all areas, all over. And the good people who want a better future for our grandchildren and our grandchildren's children are not only living in the history of the moment through this great time, but are themselves being prosecuted. I am not afraid. I am not concerned that our country is going to go into a total meltdown, because I believe the plan laid out by Q, the Anons, it all makes sense to me, because I can think for myself and not be told what to do by CNN. So I trust that plan. And I'm holding on to that. And if I'm right or if I'm wrong, is the sun going to stop coming up? No. Will these people who are so emotionally charged, hating all things that they're told to hate, are they going to get older? Yes. Are they going to mellow? Yes. Are they going to realize how right they were? No. They'll realize how wrong they were and how they were used. But that's okay. It's part of life. Life is a continuing step of experiences that build us to what we are now. And luckily, that continually changes as we go into the future. So, I want to talk about love. I want to live in love, not fear. By living in love, I can afford certain openness to change that I never would have thought possible or never even would have considered for myself. And to be frank and honest with you, it is uncomfortable. Even for me, it is uncomfortable. But if you think about it, and you look at the data, and you understand this is not for now, it's not for today, but our children's grandchildren, our grandchildren's children. God bless the United States of America, and God bless us all.